Let me ask you something. What if that one thing you've been searching for your entire life has actually never left you? Today, we're going to unpack this incredible idea that the power you're looking for out there already exists right inside you.
So, let's start with this kind of mind-bending paradox. So many of us are on this desperate search for something more, right? For strength, for guidance, for purpose, and we're absolutely convinced it's got to be out there somewhere. But here's the twist. What if we're searching for a treasure that we're already carrying?
Just think about that for a second. What if the power you've been begging heaven to send down is already living in the deepest parts of your soul? I mean, this completely flips the script on how we usually look for help, doesn't it? It suggests the source isn't out there, it's deep inside.
And okay, let's push this even further. What if every single prayer you've ever whispered into the dark was answered before you even said the words? Just imagine that. The solution to your problems wasn't something you had to find, it was placed inside you from the very beginning.
And that right there, that's the heartbreaking part of this whole thing. You could be carrying the greatest treasure in existence, but living like a pauper. We have all this incredible inner wealth, this divine power, but our daily lives, they're just filled with worry and fear and limitations. It's this huge disconnect, and that's what we need to solve.
So, if this treasure is already inside us, why on earth do we feel so powerless all the time? Well, the answer is what I call the trap of waiting. It's this problem that's been created because we've been conditioned to always look for answers somewhere else.
And this really gets to the core of it. The problem isn't that you don't have enough faith or that you're missing a purpose. No, the problem is you've just forgotten. You've forgotten who or what lives inside you, that divine spark that's at your very core.
You see, there's this constant battle going on, right? Between the world's programming and our own inner truth. The world tells you, look outside for a sign. Wait for someone to give you permission. You have to feel ready. But that inner voice, it's saying something completely different. It's saying the source is within you. You are the sign. Act from what you know is true. Let that sink in. You are the sign you've been waiting for.
So, the big question is, how do we get out of this trap? How do we stop waiting? It really all comes down to one thing, remembering the power we already have inside. And that shift, that one revelation, can change absolutely everything. So, let's get into it.
Okay, so when we use a term like divine power or even God, let's be clear. We're not talking about some distant force up in the sky. We're talking about an internal presence, something that's literally a part of your own consciousness, something you can't separate from who you are. It's the very life force that makes you, well, you.
You know, Napoleon Hill absolutely nailed it. He said faith is the starting point of all achievement. And he didn't mean faith as just, a passive belief. He meant it's the active ingredient. It's the secret sauce that gives real power to your thoughts. It's choosing to act with certainty, even when the path ahead is totally dark.
And look, this idea isn't new. This concept of an indwelling power, it's a cornerstone in so many spiritual traditions all over the world. Take this passage from Romans, for instance. It talks about a life-giving spirit that literally lives in you. The message, no matter where you look, is universal. Stop waiting for power to show up. It's already here.
All right, so this is where the rubber meets the road. If this power is really inside us, how do we tap into it? How do we actually hear that whisper when our lives are just so loud? That's what we're tackling next, how to cut through the noise and find the signal.
And here's the absolute key to the whole thing. Your inner voice, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't shout, it whispers. It's not going to fight for your attention over all the noise of the world. That means it's on you to create the space to actually hear it.
So here's a really simple 3-step game plan to start tuning in. First step, create external silence. That means turn off the phone notifications, shut off the news, just kill the noise. Step 2, create internal silence. This is a bit tougher. It means taking a break from the empty chatter, from comparing yourself to others, from all those distractions. And the final step, just listen, intentionally. Take 15 minutes a day to just be present, and listen to what comes up. You'd be amazed what a difference that can make.
It's like that ancient wisdom says, be still and know. Stillness, that's the key. Because it's in those quiet moments that we can finally stop frantically searching for answers and just start knowing. Knowing the truth of who we really are. See, the connection to our inner power was never broken.
It's just been buried, waiting for us to uncover it.
So what happens when you actually do this? What's the payoff? Well, when you start living from this place of inner alignment, your life starts to change. I mean, really change in tangible ways. This isn't just some nice, fleeting feeling. It's a fundamental shift in your entire experience of the world. Because when you remember who you are, everything changes. Your energy, it changes. It stops being about motivation and becomes something much deeper. Your language, it changes. You start speaking from a place of abundance, not from a place of need. Your very steps change. They get firm, grounded, even if you're still scared. And your presence, it just has weight. Your silence starts to say more than your words ever could.
This, right here, is the ultimate shift. See, most people walk by sight. They're just constantly reacting to what's happening around them. But when you walk by conviction, you're guided by an inner compass, one that points you straight to your true north. And it doesn't matter what kind of storms are raging around you.
So, we're going to end right where we started, with a question. But look, this isn't just something to think about. This is a call to action. The calling has been made. The real question is, how are you going to respond? Are you going to keep waiting around for some sign? Or are you finally going to decide to become the sign? The choice, as always, is yours.